you have that really exciting flight back into Paro.
It is.
Just weaving through the mountains.
Yeah.
Hello everyone, I'm Tav from KE Adventure Travel. I'm currently here in Bhutan, just about to join the Druk Path Trek, and I'm here with Karma, who is our contact here in Bhutan. Thank you for joining us in this interview today, Karma. It's great to talk to you. So tell us a little bit about yourself and what it is that you do here in Bhutan.
All right, my name is Karma, and I work as the Director of Sales and Marketing at Etometo, which is a destination management company. It's based in Thimphu, which is the capital city of Bhutan.
And this is a family business, is this right?
It is a family business. The company was established in the year 1990 by my father and his 3 other partners. And today we are a 35-year-old company. And today the company is managed by the children of the owners.
And of the trips that you actually organise, I believe they're the layer trek that you do with us?
So we run 3 of KE's trips here in Bhutan, not 3, 4.
Of all of those treks that you run here with KE, which one's your favourite?
I like the Laya one, the Laya trek. Because at the end of the trek, you will be up in Laya and you get to attend the Royal Highlander Festival, which happens on the 23rd and the 24th of October every year. So you get to interact with the Layaps. The people that live up in Laya are called the Layaps. And you know,
that's a full immersion into real Bhutanese culture, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And you also have lots of locals that have come from the valleys to attend the festival, and there's lots of exciting things happening up there. There's dances that are performed by the locals. You've got all these the Layaps that have set up little stalls, and they have all their products on display. So it's going to be an amazing experience.
It sounds exciting. I'll have to come back after the Druk Path and do that one then. Just spend some more time in Bhutan.
Yes.
You're obviously born and bred in Bhutan. How do you think it's changed here in the last, I say 5 or 10 years? Obviously, you said it's changed quite a lot since the pandemic, but from a tourism point of view, how do you think Bhutan has changed?
There's been a lot of tourism infrastructure development that has happened in the past 50 years. So all the infrastructure that you see here in Bhutan is fairly new, all developed in the span
I did
of
notice there's quite a lot of building going on.
So in Thimphu, you'll see a whole lot of construction projects that are happening. But if you go to places like Panakha, if you go to places like Paro, Puntang, Phobjikha, these valleys are still fairly rural, and a lot of these valleys have still managed to retain the charm of Bhutan. So I like to show these different places to the clients that come to visit Bhutan.
I mean, Thimphu is the capital, isn't it?
Thimphu
so you would expect it to be maybe like the most modern area of Bhutan.
Exactly. It's the most developed city that we have here in fact, the only city that we have here in Bhutan. Correct.
And may I just point out to everybody that their idea of a city here is probably about the size of Keswick. It's actually, actually still, I mean, I can see to the other side from here. It's an absolutely stunning place. It's very peaceful, and it has a really bustling little main area, doesn't it?
It does.
Which I'm going to go and explore a little bit more later on. So, of course, every time you go away and travel, every time you come back, you have that really exciting flight back into Paro.
It is.
Just weaving through the mountains. It's very exciting.
It's an exhilarating experience, You look out the window, you see the highest peak in the world, Mount Everest, covered in snow, and I've seen lots of travelers, passengers that are just in awe, when they take that flight.
It's just superb. And when you're coming in through the mountains, you're looking down and you're like, I can actually see that lady in her garden. We're very close.
Yeah, very close.
It's very exciting flight.
Yes.
What is it that you think about makes Bhutan stand out from other Himalayan trekking destinations? Because a lot of people who want adventure travel, they want to go somewhere that's really bucket list. Their first instant is Everest Base Camp or Nepal, which offers some fantastic trekking. But what is it about Bhutan that you think makes it different?
I think it's the fact that Bhutan is not a crowded destination. We last year we only had around 140,000 tourists visit the country. This is in an entire year, only 140,000 tourists had come and explored the country. And this year we'll probably have around 300,000 tourists exploring the country. So all the sites that you visit, you know, it's not overcrowded with foreigners, and that's not the case in other Himalayan destinations, right? And I think our government has done a fantastic job of keeping mass tourism at bay, you know, and we've got a very unique tourism policy. It's high value, low volume tourism, you know, and what we do is we have something called a sustainable development fee, which is basically a tourist tax. Anyone that wants to come to Bhutan, they'll have to pay a tourist tax of $100 per day. So I think that's sort of given the perception that Bhutan is a very expensive destination, so not everybody.
But all of that goes back into the country, doesn't it? It all goes back into supporting communities.
Of course, this you know, we like DMCs like us, we don't keep any of that money. We're sort of like the forwarding agency. We collect it from you, and then we hand it over directly to the government, and the visa is issued after
what does the government do with that money? Tell us a bit about that.
They use it to improve the overall infrastructure of the country. They use it to provide free health care, free education in Bhutan. So when you are visiting Bhutan, you come knowing that you are giving back to the community, and I think that is what sustainable travel is, right? So that is, I think you feel good when you come to a destination like Bhutan.
Like Bhutan,
exactly.
Definitely. So Bhutan is really famous for its gross national happiness.
Yes.
Can you explain to people what GNH actually is?
Yes. So every time I meet people, they always ask me, what is gross national happiness, you know? And I'm not a GNH, gross national happiness expert, so I'm not going to delve into the little domains and the different strategies that they have. But in layman terms, it's a development philosophy that acknowledges the importance of economic growth. That economic growth should be mindful, it should be environmentally sustainable, and it should benefit all sections of the society. And it must not be, development must not be done at the cost of the welfare of the people. So for Bhutan, welfare of the people is of utmost importance. And what we have in the country is His Majesty our King and the government, they ensure that conditions of happiness are in place. We've got free health care, we've got free education, and as you can see, we've got plenty of clean air and natural environment around us,
it's
right?
Absolutely beautiful.
And I think what's really interesting is that the reason, you know, I'm not saying that everybody in Bhutan is happy all the time. You know, I mean, we are a developing country.
And you're a human.
We have our own set of problems and challenges, right? But I think what's really interesting is that Bhutan is a Buddhist country. The predominant religion here is Buddhism.
You're saying probably about 80% Buddhism?
Around
20%,
90%, I would say Buddhism. And I think, you know, in Buddhism, happiness does not come from having lots of material things, you know. I think it's from contentment and, you know, balance in everyday life, you know. So elders here have always told me that, oh, you must enjoy the simple pleasures of life, you know. So perhaps this is the reason why we've been able to we've been tagged as one of the happiest countries in the world.
And quite, absolutely. You can see that as soon as you arrive, and everybody is so welcoming here as well.
Right.
I mean, how important do you think that the cultural side of it is to people who come here and visit Bhutan?
Very important. I think culture is the heart of the destination here. You know, we've got a very distinct culture. You know,
what sort of highlights would you say that they can see when they're here?
Plenty. You know, we've got festivals that take place throughout the year. We have these religious festivals in Bhutan where mass dances are performed.
Which I will see later on today.
Exactly.
I'm very excited about that.
She's going to be attending the Thimphu festival later today, and she's going to be wearing the traditional attire, which is the
Karma's
kira
kindly
that I'm
lent me
wearing.
her traditional kira, so watch this space.
So I think the festivals are definitely a highlight, and what's really nice is that we have a total of 20 districts in Bhutan, and each district has a festival of its own. Each sub-district has a festival
They're
of
all
its
at different times of the year.
Exactly, they're happening, you know, we have some festivals that are happening in November, some in December, some in spring. So when you travel to Bhutan, check with us, you know, ask us, is there a festival that I can attend? Because it's a beautiful display of the Bhutanese culture, you know, you're witnessing the mass dances, the locals that are performing, and people coming dressed in their traditional attire that's been passed on from generations to generations, right? So I would say
So with the festival,
Yes.
so you've got like there's a Chomolhari festival, there's the Paro festival,
Yes.
there's the Timpu, which is the one that I'm going to
The
later,
most-
and that's the biggest one. Is that right? That's what you said to me.
Right.
It's the
Thimphu and
biggest
Paro festivals are the most popular
Yeah,
ones, the biggest ones.
Yeah.
Paro happens in spring every year,
Yeah.
and Thimphu happens in autumn every
In the
year.
autumn. Well, I'm very much looking forward to it, I have to say. But let's talk trekking now, because all of our KE adventurers are interested in trekking in Bhutan.
Of course.
Why should someone choose Bhutan for their trekking adventure?
Because you're going to be trekking in the remote mountains, and you get to experience different landscapes and different terrains. You know, you're going to be camping next to the one of the lakes if you do the Drukpa trek.
Yeah,
And there's also lots of cultural elements when you're trekking, because at the end of the Drukpa trek, you get to visit the Phajuding monastery, and at the monastery you have a few resident monks that live there, and you get to interact with them.
Oh,
you know.
fantastic.
So again,
I didn't read that bit in the itinerary. I missed that one. Sorry,
Yeah.
Kate. I look forward to that then.
So our treks have cultural elements to them as well, and you know, there's going to be times when you're up in the mountains and you're not going to be meeting anyone else. You know, these are very remote areas, and you've got.
So that's a real draw, isn't it, for many people? You know, is the fact that you can actually be out in the greater Himalaya here and actually just be trekking
Yes.
and not see hordes of other people.
Right.
Am I right in saying you use yaks and donkeys
For the Druk path, we use the ponies.
Use the ponies.
Right, because we don't have these permanent camps that are set up at the campsites in Bhutan.
So they have to bring all the camping equipment and everything with them. Yeah.
It's very different from Nepal. I think in Nepal
Yeah.
you have these tea houses and you can spend nights at the tea houses,
you do,
right?
yeah,
In
yeah.
Bhutan, what we do is we have a trekking team that goes in advance, and they're the ones that set up the camp. They're the ones that are you know, arranging the meals and all of that. So for the Drukpa trek, it's the ponies that are used to ply, and for the Laya trek, we use both yaks and the ponies.
And the ponies.
Because Laya is higher altitude,
It's a
right?
higher altitude, right? And of course the yaks are better at the higher altitude, aren't they? They live at higher altitude.
It's basically the beginning part of the snowman trek. The Laya
Oh, okay.
trek
Oh, I didn't
is-
realise that. So it's actually the first part of the route.
Exactly.
Oh,
The first
fantastic.
half
Right, yeah,
of the route is the Laya trek, right? So, and the landscape is beautiful. If you come in October, you see these snow-peaked mountains, and you know, it's really a treat to your eyes as well. Lots of rich flora and fauna in the country. I'm sure you're aware that Bhutan is a carbon negative.
Why do you think that matters to people travelling here?
I think it's you know, for us, you know, 60% of our land is under forest. No, our constitution mandates that 60% of our land must be under forest cover at all times, and we've managed to accomplish this. And today we have 70% of our land under forest cover, and we have lots of these travelers that, you know, want to go and travel in sustainable destinations.
Yeah.
You know.
And do many places have like solar panels, and do you do lots of sort of regeneration? Am I right in saying there's lots of hydropower as
There's-
well?
Exactly. Hydropower is the first highest income generating industry in Bhutan, and the generation of people are installing solar lights, solar power systems in their homes. Even some of the hotels that we use have solar electricity that is supplied using solar panels,
solar
right?
power. And even in the
power.
mountains, in the rural villages, do they have any form of electricity up there?
In the village of Laya, they do have electricity, but some of the little villages that you're going to be coming across when you're trekking up in the mountains, you don't have access to power up in the mountains.
It must be a really remote way of living.
It
up
is.
there. Yeah,
It is correct. It's, I mean, for the semi-nomadic people, right?
Yeah,
So they keep shifting their homes every 6 months.
Oh, I see. Oh, right.
Correct.
Okay, I didn't realise that.
These are some of the communities that you're going to come across as you hike up in
As
the
we
mountains.
hike along.
Correct.
So what is it about Bhutan that you love to share with visitors when they come? What is it you like to what is it about your country that you just love so much, you just want to share that with everybody who visits?
It's a very peaceful country. It's
Yeah.
very safe, you know. We have a very simple way of living. But I
Yeah.
think what makes it really special in Bhutan is, you know, how hospitable the people are, and
Yeah.
the communal sense that we have over here. We're all dependent on one another, and we always get together every once in a while, and you know, it's just a very balanced way of living, and I think that is what makes
So family and
living in
community
Bhutan
led,
very
isn't it?
special.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, yeah.
You know,
Well, I've certainly felt very privileged to be here, I have to
Yeah.
say, and everybody's been very welcoming.
Right.
I would say I've been treated a little bit like a queen since
Yeah.
I've arrived, actually. So thank you anyway, Karma, very much for joining me on this interview. I hope we've given you a little bit of an idea of what it's like to be here in Bhutan. And it's been great to talk to you and find out a little bit more. I can't wait to join the trek tomorrow, and if you want to find out how my trek goes, then we'll put a link at the end of this video. But for now, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah.